Welcome to the Possibility Perspective with me, Jess. Let's go on a journey of authentic, bold, and challenging conversations. Let's explore what perspective actually means, what shapes our perspective, and how it impacts everyday aspects of our lives. The authentic part comes in as me just showing up as who I am with an openness to possibilities. The bold is getting to some topics that might ruffle some feathers. And the challenging is for all of us. To challenge ourselves, to be open to new perspectives, be open to looking at things through a different lens. You'll hear stories from me, conversations with peers, and interviews with experts on a variety of topics, all with different perspectives and looking at the possibility within all of them. Now, let's get started. Hi there. This is part 3 of my perspective moments, microdosing spirituality, where I am sharing these teeny tiny little things that have come up in my journey that I feel are core to growth and personal development and spirituality. They're all very common topics in this arena, and I found that my own aha moments came from these and connecting the dots in my own life. And so today's topic is intuition. Intuition is described in a lot of ways by different people. There are different types of intuition. There's the knowing of something. It's just like you know it. You don't know how you know it. You weren't taught it. It's just there and it's in your brain and you just know it. There's the gut feeling about something when you literally get a actual feeling in your body of good or bad. Those are those instinctual things that have you, running away from something that's bad or moving towards something that's good. I remember my own moment around this when I started to realize how it applied in my own life. I'd never really thought about it before. I've joked about it, called myself a genius, compared myself to Mozart, in my musical ability. But there was always something about my knowing of how to play instruments that I could never really explain to people. Yes, I've had lessons and yes, I've been shown things. However, when I first got my fiddle, I didn't have any official lessons. I had my uncle Matt showed me a couple things. My great grandma Harlan showed me a couple things. And one Christmas, because I just knew how to, I came out and I started playing We Three Kings. I was young. I was 6 or 7-ish. And there's always just been this knowing of what string to bow and where to put my fingers. You have the music in your head and you know what it's supposed to sound like. And for me, there was just this knowing of how to translate that onto an instrument. And that has applied to learning how to play guitar, playing the accordion, playing the mandolin, kind of learning how to play the cello, playing the clarinet, randomly playing the trombone in college for a pedagogy class. For whatever reason, I've just had these knowings. It finally clicked for me that that's a level of and a type of intuition. And I just have that for whatever reason, however it developed in me, and it applied through my music. It's a gift, and I also realize there's limitations because I'm really impatient. And I've learned this about myself. The opposite of growth mindset is any time in my life where something has been hard musically, I just don't do it. I give up because all the rest of the things I've tried to do musically have come to me so easily. I thought, well, then I just can't do it. I just can't. It's too hard. And so I never tried. Therefore, why I can't play piano. Therefore, why I don't teach. Because I intuitively know how to do things. I don't know how to teach them to other people because I just know. Therefore, I have no patience to try to figure it out and then to relay that and teach it to other people. One other place in my life that this exists is my knowing around technology. Can't explain it, but for whatever reason, I can sit down in front of a program that I know nothing about. I can sit down in front of a computer that has something wrong with it, not anything I've ever experienced before, and click boom, drop down over here. I fixed it. Not having a clue why or how. Didn't even have to Google it. Just knew how to fix it. That's also a type of intuition. And it also makes me really impatient with people who can't do that, because for whatever reason, I just think everyone should be able to do that. And I know that's not reality. So for me, those were two aha moments I had when I was learning about intuition. I was like, hey, that's me. I use my intuition in this and in this. And then after I started to think about it, I realized all the other ways and places and times in my life I've applied intuition, that sixth sense, that gut feeling. And for me now, it's what drives my actions. It's what drives my next action and my next move on this journey that I'm on. Everybody has it. Some of us have it in different ways than others, which is really cool when you start to learn about it. You start to learn about the different ways our intuition is applied. You know that joke? I think this actually really happened in my life. I was like, I don't know why, but I just got I've got a feeling about this. And my dad was like, it's probably just gas. So, but that's the truth. Like sometimes you just have a feeling about something and you just, for whatever reason, you don't have the logic to back it up, but there's a feeling. Or if you've ever walked into a room of people and you get hit with that knowing of whether the conversation was a really good one or if it was a really heated and intense one. You've had that happen in your life at some point. Maybe it was you let up on the gas or tapped your brakes because for whatever reason, you just knew somebody was going to run that stop sign or that red light and you've just narrowly missed a crash, right? We've all had these little moments in our life. And when it started to be explained to me in these little snippets and these little stories and these examples, I was like, me too. I was raising my hand. Me too. Me too. This has happened to me. I totally get this. And so once you get it, now you can start to have it work for you and start to apply it in your life. And I talked in the last episode about gratitude. I think intuition is also just as important and a core function in becoming who we truly want to be and being the best version ourselves that we can be. We need to trust ourselves more. I've talked about core values. I want to talk more about, our own inner personal truths. And I think without tapping into intuition, we can't really go inward enough to really figure out who we are and what we're about and why we're here and what our beliefs are and what we're supposed to contribute. So I think this is one of the most important pieces of any personal development, any microdose of spirituality is tapping in to that inner knowing and that intuition and learning how to apply it in your life. So I ask you, have you had those moments in your life? Are you open to even learning about it? Are you interested in improving your life? There are some incredible shows on this on transformationtalkradio.com. All you have to do is go to the website or on your phone, go to the search bar and type in intuitive or intuition. There's hundreds of podcast episodes on this where they go way deeper into it than I am. And if it's something you're interested in, I encourage you to check it out as a resource or just Google it. I mean, you don't have to go to Transformation Talk Radio. There's people everywhere talking about this. It can get a little overwhelming. And so get it in microdoses because then it's easier to take in. It's easier to comprehend. It's easier to then start applying in your life, which is why I'm doing this the way I'm doing it in mini microdoses, just the way I received it. So I hope you found something in this interesting. Feel free to subscribe, and I will be with you next time talking about the law of attraction. Thanks for listening to The Possibility Perspective on Transformation Talk Radio. For more information about the show, you can subscribe to the podcast. Visit thepossibilityperspective.com.